funny man. What? Hey. Make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, from LA to New York, Chicago to Mississippi, let's give it up for America's #1 funny man, Rodney Perry.
What's up, party people? It's your boy Rodney Perry. You're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. We are here. Another day, another dollar. Thank you for tuning in quickly, early. Andromeda is in the building. Victor Marshall, first out the blocks. Man love, man respect, man. I cannot wait to get to my codes today, man. It's one of my favorite comics. I've watched this dude really develop and take his comedy to the next level over the past, year or so. And I can't wait to talk some comedy with him and have some fun today. Real quick, I've been, I moved the showtime back from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., which helps me. Okay. But it's giving me time to do little stuff in the morning. So I go to Burger King and I get the worst coffee of all time. Like, I don't know what they put inside. It don't stay hot. It ain't tasty. Gospel Heavens, Jake Staley. It do keep my ass up, though. Horrible. 2 of them. 2 days. Sip. But I will say this. I'm not a coffee guy. I'm just not. I'd also, my daughter works over at Amazon. I order these Armor Waters from Amazon, a case, $20. But when I tell you the best purchase I ever made, first of all, what's up, Chandra? You smarter than me. But this big ass bottle is disrespectful. I don't know why I ordered it. I want a quarter of this bottle. That's how much water I want, not the whole thing. Hey, thank you guys for watching the show. Thank you for tuning in. And if if you're on the podcast, if you're listening to us this audio, send us an email, rodney@rodneyperry.com. Trina Pinkett is here. Shan is in the building. My co-host for the day. Our relationship started off pretty tumultuously, to say the least. I don't mind Starbucks. I'm just not, it's just too far. Like, I do a lot of things in my life just because it's convenient. If I got to drive another 5 minutes, I'm probably not going to do it. But I digress. He's a father. He's a husband. He's flat out funny comedian. Ladies and gentlemen, Kamal, the Secret Genius. What's up, bro?
What's good, What's happening, man? Great introduction.
Hey.
This is a real show. That intro, I was over here jamming to your theme music.
You want to hear it again?
You got your theme song.
Hold on, stay right there. Oh shit, here we go. It's my favorite part of the show.
Yeah, that's funky, man.
So my buddy Marcus Mason, I said, man, I need something. I want something, and he made it for me. Didn't charge me a quarter. I'm gonna have to pay him someday. I just know it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to pay him someday. But but
Sounds
neither
right.
here nor there. So you're proof that you can start off on the wrong foot, and if you're willing to apologize, you can move forward.
Yeah, if both parties are amenable, you know what I'm saying? It's always some ground you can.
Now that I know you, I'm glad you didn't whoop my ass that day.
No, it wasn't. I wasn't never on that energy. It wasn't.
You wasn't on that energy. Thank you, Jesus.
I was just having a good time, and you didn't.
No.
know me. And
Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Hey, we were at the Cat's Cafe 2 weeks ago. The young man pulls out a weapon. Everybody leave but this guy. He ain't got time. He said, look, dog, don't do that shit. I was on the toilet taking a shit by the time it was over.
Yeah,
And
man.
in that moment, I said to myself, I'm glad that I didn't tussle with this young man. Because Kamal one of them guys that'll bite your ass. You ever fought a dude that he's not going to lose?
Man, listen, I'm too old to be. I got 1.5 fights left in my body.
Yo, I swear to God, if you got 1.5, I got a half. Like, I'm gonna stop. My next fight, I'm gonna stop mid-fight. Hey, bro. I think you're right. I think you got a point.
I ain't trying to fight a soul.
What? Of course, we got families, man. I think that's really the answer to the next question. What would you fight over?
Oh, my kids, my wife,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure.
And you know what? I'll say this. Women out there, it's your responsibility to keep your man out of the bullshit.
Correct. Because we be ready to go.
We be ready to go. And if your wife is the type of person that stir up shit, or your girl, or you know what? Baby, hear what this motherfucker said? Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah.
Now I got to keep.
I'm glad my wife is not one of those.
Man, I cannot with that. I'm gonna throw something at the house just so I can meet your wife. Because I mind you, I don't want to meet everybody's wife. Let me preface what I'm about to say. Nigga, I have no. First of all, come on. I meet dudes, women all the time,
right? And
they go, so and so is my wife. So be it. But guess what I don't do? Actually look at them. Come on. I do not look at other dudes' women.
You shouldn't.
Unless they're a stranger. If you're a stranger, nigga, move so I can see your lady ass. Move, man. If you're a stranger. But if you're one of my guys, I'm never. So fast forward, 6 months later, I meet your wife by herself. You remember me? You met me with ma'am, I don't. I do not know you. We had some comedians pass last year. I'm hearing stories that their wives was out in these streets at the comedy clubs.
Oh, wow.
I don't know you, ma'am. Hey, Rodney, who? What you can't disguise is the who the fuck are you face.
Correct. Yeah, that's in disguise.
Oh, I'm so and so. What?
I have never met you before,
ma'am. Go home. Go home.
Oh man.
How many years y'all got?
We're 11 years in. We'll be 12 this year.
Do you talk about your wife on stage? Or I don't remember you like mentioning your family, so to speak, that dynamic.
I do when in my set, when I'm out working out, not necessarily all the time, but
okay.
In my set, I talk about my wife and my kids. For sure.
I can go back to tapes of me going, we've been married 10 years. We've been married 11 years. We've been married 12 years. Right. I can literally go back to different sets across my career every year talking about that stuff.
Yeah. It's your life. If you're not talking about that, then you're gonna have a hard time finding stuff to talk about. I think for me.
And how about this? Some of the stuff I've manifested. I swear to God.
Now I will say that it was a joke that I was doing prior that my wife saw, and she was like, "No, you can't do that no more." And I was like, "Oh, that's fine."
And you got to respect that, even if you like, shut the hell up. I do what I want.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was hilarious, and she laughed when she heard it. But later on, she was like,
"Can you tell us what the joke was?"
I don't think.
Okay, leave it alone.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I've only had that one time. So my daughters, I got 5 girls.
Right, me too.
I'm doing. We have 10 girls. Goodness gracious, boy, you was a pimp. Anyway,
trying to get a scrimmage going 5-on-5.
Unless it's my kids are incredibly competitive, and maybe a foot race. I'll put my track daughter up against.
None of my kids can hoop at all. It's just the numbers just made sense. I got one of my daughters is a hooper. I got one little hooper. She hooped for like 3 years. She was good, but then she said, I don't want to do this no more.
Coaches are the worst thing to happen to girls in sports. Like the wrong coach can make a girl go, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm good.
Do something else. Yeah.
And it be done.
Yeah.
Be done forever.
Yep. That's very true. Yeah, because she's in 9th grade. She played middle school. She got to high school. She was like, nah, I don't.
Jeff Brown is in the building. Jeff Brown, Rob Pizzle, that's about woman's choice. Shitty women are not about precursor clues. Thank you, Jeff.
I'm not sure what that means.
Kelly Irish. I'm loving y'all. Kelly, welcome to the show. Victor Marshall is in the building. Alfreda, let me tell you something. Alfreda is no less than 50.
Okay.
You can't be an Alfreda and be a cute ass 20-year-old.
Definitely not. Definitely not. That's
Trina Brinker,
55, maybe.
Maybe. Trina Brinker, so true. Glad I had a great track coach. 7th. I don't know.
7th grade to senior year is what she's saying.
Oh shit. Man, you know what? I don't fucking read no motherfucking abbreviated motherfucking lingo. I don't know no motherfucking I don't know no emojis. I don't know what the fuck.
You know the number and the TH. You know
I
that.
know that. You're right. That's a lot. I know 7 and 2 is just 2. I don't know. I don't know why I couldn't put that together. My fucking brain started bleeding. I was bleeding out my ear. Jeff Brown, give me the link. I'll explain myself, Jeff Brown. You always welcome to the link. Stop right there. Oh God. All right. We about to go to these hot topics, dog.
Okay, let's do it.
It's a lot of racial stuff in the news. Have you tripped off of this?
Oh, off of what? What are we talking about?
It's racial stuff happening. Here's the first question, Kamal, the secret genius.
Okay.
Jeff Brown, you come in here because I know you're gonna be all over this. Do you use the N-word in mixed company?
Meaning around white people?
Around whites, Mexicans, anybody that's not black.
Around Mexicans, around blacks and Latinos, yes. Around white people, no. I don't feel comfortable with Latinos saying it around me, but I feel comfortable saying it around them. White people and any other racial group, no. It makes me a little queasy.
Queasy is a good word. I like that word. All right. Secondary question: If the word nigger, Nigga, Nigger, is in a rap song, are white people allowed to use it? In your opinion?
No. You got to bleep it out. You can't say it. You got to drop that bar every time. You got to drop it.
Wait a minute. You got to drop the bar.
You got to drop that bar every time. You got to leave that part out. And I'm watching. Okay, there is a league of extraordinary gentlemen that is out here watching y'all lips when you can't mouth it.
You can't mouth it.
Can't mouth it. You have to just leave. You got to close. Your lips have to be together during the N-word part. Yeah, you gotta.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us today. When I was a Rudy Poot, he was already an established comedian. Ladies and gentlemen, winner of the Bay Area Black Comedy Competition, a distinction that I share with him. Not afraid to get high as giraffe balls on a weekly basis.
Yeah, that's my kind of guy.
Oh, you're going to love each other. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, Jeff Brown.
Fellas.
Yes,
no need to explain your prior statement. I need you to jump on this other thing.
Okay, that's fair. Can I start by saying
First of all, I don't know why you ask these questions because you're still gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah.
You are.
Secret Genius.
Yes, ma'am.
I have an issue with you simply
Oh man.
because you can grow such beautiful locks, and
Oh,
my
I
hairline
did.
has betrayed me.
Yeah, I do it for the hairlines that ain't here, man. It ain't just for me.
That's hilarious. Love your hair, brother.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's. Can I dive into the word?
Can first of all, do you use the N word in mixed company?
I don't, but it is because the word is sacred.
Unpack that. Why is it sacred?
The word is sacred because now, okay, buckle up. If you
Hold
look
on,
in the history of human language,
okay.
everywhere you see words, the consonants are the word, the vowels is the area.
Okay.
As in, anywhere you see, this is why you see words spelled certain ways that mean the same thing.
Okay.
It is because
I need you to unpack this quicker. We're on radio.
Okay, yes, okay. NG, everywhere you find NG, NGR, NGA, it means God, ruler, or exalted one. Everywhere since the beginning of time. The white man got his hands on it around the 13th or 14th century and made it ugly, which means it is a powerful word. It is why you and I cannot shake it. It is why Rodney Perry is my nigga right there. Nigga, please. That nigga there means something different than this nigga. It is a very powerful word.
It does have some royal implications with niggas.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Now, when you see white people use it, it does not say, you're not talking about me as much as you're talking about you, because you are willing to high hurdle my feelings, and my feelings brought about because of what your ancestors did with it. You are being disrespectful to my elders, not me. And you are the type of individual who can do that. And I now know who you are, not who I am.
Stop right there, Jeff Brown. Victor says, man, Jeff is deeper than the Mariana Trenches.
Yes, the Mariana Trenches.
I need to look that up. All right.
Very deep place on here.
Here we go. It has to be. And I thought it was this young lady, Mariana, that I should. Anyway.
Youch.
Anyway, so this hit the news. Marcus Stokes, a white quarterback at a PWI, lost his scholarship for mouthing, Secret Genius, the N-word while singing a hip-hop song.
Got to be more careful. What's his name?
Marcus Stokes. Maybe he thought since he had a black name, Marcus Stokes is the black name.
Marcus Stokes is a black name, for sure.
Marcus Stokes needs bail money all over this country.
Marcus Stokes has black cousins. I've
never met a white person with the last name Stokes before in my life.
I don't know no blacks. I don't know no black Stokes, and I don't know no white. I don't know white Stokes or white Marcuses.
Right.
No.
All right. So get this. So he loses that scholarship. Albany State and HBCU offers.
Come on, Albany State. That's crazy.
Coach Quinn said, "Man, I'm sorry. I just know the boy was good." Coach,
he said he ain't know about it.
He
just saw him in the transfer protocol.
He apologized. Coach at Albany State. His first name is Quinn. Quinn said, "Man, I'm sorry, man, but we could use a good quarterback over here. We got a chance at a D1 quarterback. I don't care if he said nigga.
Exactly, because that's what differentiates us from the Jews.
Wow.
The Jews do not play with their narrative. That's the strength of
the
Jewish
Jews.
people.
Don't play with their narrative.
They don't, and that's the strength of them. It is impossible to screw with one Jew. You're messing with them all.
Wow, how about that? How about this, guys? Secret Genius, my co-host for the day, Jeff Brown, one of my usual suspects, always welcome to come in. Tony Romo, during a championship game, Kansas City Chiefs, AFC game, Kansas City Chiefs running back doing his thing. Boom, runs into a group of athletes. Tony Romo says, "Oh, he got away from them knees." What else was he gonna say? We're comedians.
Come on, man.
Let's figure it out. Come
Kneecaps.
on. Whoa, those kneecaps are
Neanderthals.
Yeah.
those
Those ne'er-do-wells.
ne'er-do-wells. Those Nathans hot dogs are fantastic.
Yes. They're just telling you how he talk when y'all ain't around.
Tony Romo said that is not what I was about to say,
Well, what
and I
were you about
didn't
to say?
say it. So let's move on.
What was you about to say,
Like
Tony? What?
then what was you gonna
I
say?
need the word. Why you stop? And why? What word?
I don't know why I stopped,
What
buddy.
other word would you not say? What other word starts with an N would you refuse to say on
There are
television?
tons of N words. Let's look up some good N words.
You
But
know
why
what
wouldn't you say it?
you know what that tells you about Tony Romo? He's never been in a relationship with a black woman, because had he would know that you were not stopping the conversation right there. That's the next question. Well, what was you gonna say then?
Yeah, tell me the word, brother.
Words that begin with N. Let's see.
Oh, it's one of the thickest encyclopedias. It shouldn't be that hard.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh, God, I keep going past it. Nature, nail, nap, necklace, nightingale, ninja. They were killers.
Trying to get past the nightingales.
Notebook, notes, now, nurse, normal, none, newborn. Those newborns are all over that guy.
Oh my God. Look at him.
Newborns are scary, though. I will say.
Newborns are scary as hell.
Good Lord. They've been breastfed well. Look at those newborns.
Look at that newborn go.
Newborn.
How about this? Howard Cosell lost his job for less, didn't he?
Howard Cosell.
Howard Cosell, you know, he lost his career because he called a running back a monkey.
Look at that monkey run.
Look at that little monkey go.
I don't.
That is a fact. Come
That's
on.
fact.
Is that less? No, I don't know if that's less.
I don't know if that's less.
Look at that little monkey go. That's pretty bad.
You can't take that back.
You can't. Little monkey. You said little monkey. I mean, come
Little
on.
monkey is a full
That's
quarter
a little,
sentence.
that's a little. Ain't
Yeah,
no monkeys
yeah.
out there.
Not just a monkey, but he put an adjective on it.
A little
Little.
monkey.
Now, in his defense, he referred to his grandchildren as little monkeys.
So
Yeah. I'm not seeing the.
okay.
There is
not-
no the. There
there's
is.
not-
The
I'm just
question
throwing
is,
it out there.
was one of his children married to a black person?
Wow.
Right.
Did he have some interracial grandchildren?
Right.
that he
Yeah.
was
The
calling
little monkey thing
little
doesn't fly.
monkeys? That's what we need. We need to do some research.
Yeah.
Who are his children married to?
If we found out, that would be crazy. Okay.
We're gonna sit you down, Hal. Gotta sit you down.
Moving on, gentlemen.
Yes.
There's a new craze out there in the streets sexually.
Uh-oh.
A lot of people eating each other's ass.
Yeah.
Eating is popular.
Little hepatitis B.
That's the hot thing. You never know. I don't know what's next after this, though, to be honest.
I don't know what
I
else.
don't know
there's
how
left.
you get
There's
any
not-
more intrusive.
Yeah, that's the last. That's the last piece. That's the last piece left on the plate. After that,
Yeah,
it's
bro,
gone.
I don't know how you get
It
worse
ain't
than
everything.
Yeah.
It ain't everything. The ass is the only thing left on the plate. And
You can't get more
I'm gonna
intrusive
go ahead
without a
and finish the
knife.
plate.
without a. You got to get a fork and a
You
knife.
need
All
a
right.
scalpel to get more intrusive.
Amber Rose is trying to get tickets to the Super Bowl. Amber Rose,
She is, and Russell
Okay.
and
Russell Simmons.
is trying to give them to her. Okay,
That clock's
that
ticking.
man left so many heart emojis under that post.
Hey, first of all, Russell Simmons is a yoga guy. So if you a yoga guy,
He gonna make it easy for her. It ain't- she
he
ain't
gonna-
gonna-
it ain't gonna be hard to get to his ass.
Say, little
He
downward
gonna put it
facing
right-
dog, and you're in there.
He gonna put it right there.
Andromeda says, I'm not putting my mouth anywhere near your booty hole.
No,
All right.
I have no
Good for
interest
you.
in your old food.
I have no what they call a Whole Foods. Amber Rose says, "Whose butt do I gotta lick to get me some Super Bowl tickets?"
There's 22 guys I can think
Uncle
of right
Russ
now.
says, "I know a guy."
Yeah, he said, I got some tickets. You ain't got to look too far.
No. You gonna toss a salad for some Super Bowl tickets?
Steve Brown is in the building. What's up, Stevie?
Bo, Steve, what's going on?
Steve.
And John said, "I don't even want to see Jesus bad enough to eat a booty." Hold on. Don't say that.
Well, that's not a
You don't know
requirement.
what the rule's gonna be to get into heaven.
I bet you that's not one.
That's
But
why.
if it is,
If you,
are you ready? Are you ready? Will you come?
Well, first you got to answer, how is Jesus 2,000 years old and the letter J is only 500? But that's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show. Whole nother show.
Well, it's because it's an H. Hey, hefe.
Okay. Well, why don't I call you
I made
Hodney?
that up. Don't put that in the books. I made that up. All right. Hey, we're all husbands, homeowners.
Yeah. Yeah.
Steph and Aisha Curry hit the news. They're trying to build a townhouse community near them. The quickest way to start getting robbed is to let a bunch of people move in your neighborhood.
Yeah. That was the whole point of the gated community you live in.
They are trying to build a town home community near Steph Curry. Steph and Aisha say hell to the no. Jeff Brown, what's your thoughts?
Well, I think that the whole point of and I'm not against people having a place to live.
Indeed.
But people who might want to monitor my comings and goings so they can come get my belongings, no, I need some distance. That's why I work this hard. That's why Steph Curry might not have worked on his jumper as long if NBA players make what bus drivers do. That was part of his motivation, was how much money you make doing this.
Indeed.
And he made that money to separate himself.
Come on now.
There's no reason. I don't see anything wrong with that, with separating yourself. That's a screw up right there.
Jeff Brown has smoking the secret genius. Come on.
and
What's
then-
your thoughts, man? Steph and Aisha Curry, like, what the fuck, man? We
Yeah,
rich.
and from a purely financial standpoint, it's gonna bring down the value of your property. It's gonna bring your property value down because you're putting a mixed income.
But come on, you don't get to be the king without peasants.
The peasants don't live near the castle.
Peasants don't live in the castle.
They ain't in your house, they down the street.
I mean, all that's going to end up happening is those houses are going to end up being empty.
Wow.
Come on, bro.
People are gonna move, and then the cost of those houses is going to be so high, and people that can afford them are not going to want to live there.
All right. I'm gonna let that slide. I like that.
Yeah, that's
Hold
okay.
on. Jonathan Smith Bay, not a big fan of hyphenations either. Let me go on record. No disrespect, Mr. Smith Bay, but I'm not a fan of hyphenation.
Of hyphenations. Well, they've been abused.
And like you women out there that want to keep your daddy name, your daddy dead.
Marry your daddy is what I say.
Mm.
You want to keep his name?
When you think about it, if you're eating booty already, you in the Super Bowl, he said. I'm not mad at him.
Okay.
Smith Bay said also, Rodney Perry, so damn what? You don't like hyphenations. It's my name, you kiss my ass.
Right.
I agree.
That's an appropriate response.
Nice hat again, Rodney.
Hold on. Oh, you don't want to get my damn Wild West joint.
Oh man. There's a horse tied up outside.
Hold up, god dang it.
Somebody go give that horse an apple.
They give my apple and a swift kick in the ass. Hold up. Stop right there. Tom Brady. Turns out this whole last season was a ploy to get rid of his longtime wife. Because Tom Brady has retired again.
Yeah, because he trashed now. That's why he retired this time.
Come on, say it ain't so. Not the great GOAT.
Because he realized that shit it's over with. He ain't got
Father
it
Time
no
is
more.
undefeated.
Yeah,
Father Time is undefeated. Let me tell y'all something.
he should have
one
rolled
thing-
off into the sunset with that Super Bowl ring.
He should have left. He should have left. He gonna wait till the club closed. He in the club looking for his key.
You know what I think these old cats should do, and there's no joke coming here? How about a league of 3-man touch for seniors?
And don't nobody want to see that.
Nobody wants.
Nobody
to
wants to see that?
No one-
Okay, I'm not a
nobody
football
wants to
fan,
see no
apparently.
old
That's why I
man
came up with
running
that.
You would
around.
have to go 5 or 6 flag at the very least. Which the Pro Bowl is going to be this year.
The Pro Bowl is flag football now.
Oh,
And
wow.
I had already built my resume with my daddy's name, so for the sake of the business, my name Revolution, I hyphenated. You know what, Andromeda? Don't nobody give a damn.
Nobody. That's a
I mean,
wonderful.
'cause you talking about a word. You talking about a Word document. You know how easy you can change the name on top of that Microsoft Word. That takes
Backspace.
First off, it's bad business to name your business after you. Let's start there. Number 2, that's a great excuse, sis, amongst other black women during the niggas ain't shit session. But when you really start to disassemble it, you really don't have much. Don't say that again in front of smart black.
Wow.
Don't do
Tom
that.
Brady is retiring though, man. This is a big deal. He's really going. He started looking really pole toward the end of the season. He lost a lot of weight. I believe this. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Fat people look healthier than skinny people.
No, I don't believe that.
Jeff Brown, give it to me. Why not?
Because number one, when you break down fat, most of it is just mucus and subcutaneous.
I got some mucus right now, Jeff. I'm ready. I'm about to blow it out on the break.
Exactly, and all disease comes from that. Number 2, skinny people live longer. You know, so how many fat 80-year-olds do you see walking around?
No. Skinny people don't live longer. Regular, like you got muscle structure. You not skinny. You not fat.
Oh, you mean me personally?
You personally.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, but I'm certainly if I had to choose,
You would choose skinny
over in a heartbeat.
Tom Brady looks sick as hell,
The
man.
heartbeat is hilarious.
Let me pull him up in a slow heartbeat if you're fat. Okay. Tom
A slow heartbeat if you fat. Ah, that's funny.
Tom Brady is looking pole as hell lately. Let me find some images. Look, okay, let me go right here. Stay right there.
Oh, that's a nice strain, young man. What is that?
This is
young man.
Okay,
you know, these strands are hard to keep up with. It's a gelato strand. It's called waffle cone.
Look at this. Look at his neck.
Oh,
Unacceptable.
Yeah, he looks a little speed freaky.
He's looking real methish.
Yes,
Methish.
That's looking.
Look,
yeah.
That's
they don't
looking
even have his
pleasant.
old pictures. They don't have no, he nigga messed up his whole relationship.
He
You know
messed
how
up the whole-
much does a $1 million wife have to get on your nerve to go back and play football? Look at it,
Dude, you show me the finest girl in the world, and I'll find you a man that's tired of her shit. That has nothing. Looks, as a matter of fact, oftentimes play negatively into how much I like you. I just happen to have hit the jackpot to have a woman who is prettier on the inside. And
Shan say Anthony Anderson's looking real sick. This is the problem with Anthony Anderson, and he's a friend of mine. Anthony Anderson has his shoulders are way out here. Like this is the thing. Some people should be fat, and I know Jeff disagrees. Some people,
some people are made to be larger frame,
bigger people.
Yeah.
And then
So
there's
your
certain fat
shoulders is you got when you was going through heaven to pick out your body part.
Mhm.
You say, God, let me get them shoulders. I'm gonna need them because my frame is bigger.
right?
I was like, you sure? You're like, nigga, yes.
Yeah.
So now you got these big ass fat boy shoulders, and now you done lost weight. So now your skin is like a old coat on a skinny hanger.
Yeah. Well, it's how you lose the weight. It's
Right.
how you lose the weight. If you can't lose head weight, Tina Pinkert. You cannot. To quote my good friend Rodney,
you lose head weight.
You can't lose head weight.
Ain't no head ups. That remind me of the Eddie Murphy joke. Your mama got a mouth in the back of the neck and the bitch chew like this. Dude, Eddie Murphy was the most brilliant man on the planet when I heard him say that shit. Okay.
Bruh, underrated. Regardless to what you give Eddie Murphy, here's why he's underrated. He, like Michael Jordan, put a seismic shift in economy and culture.
Wow.
You can't put a value on Eddie Murphy.
Now, okay, that's an interesting point. It's taking me way off the track, but I got to speak to that. Does he have the body of work to be considered the GOAT?
Why not? Who has a better? Who's better?
I'm saying Carlin has 50 specials.
Carlin has 50 specials, but he's only played one character.
Ooh. So are we including movies?
We are including body of work. Absolutely. Do you mean as a comedian?
As a stand-up comedian.
As a stand-up, it depends upon. Okay, you got me with Carlin because Carlin
has a crazy body of work. What's your thoughts, Secret Genius, man? You're a comedian. Does body of work matter?
I think it has to matter when you're evaluating it.
I mean, but like Jeff said, if you just keep putting out the same shit over and over, you just putting out specials. Our specials is even special anymore.
Correct. I think that's a whole different conversation.
Don't move, guys. Stay right there. My name is Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. We talking about it. It's a comedy, and we come back. Coach fired for impersonating a 13-year-old. Have you seen this shit?
No.
Oh my God. He's coaching little boys, and he put himself in the game. We'll be right back, y'all.
What kind of small body?
What up, y'all? It's Michael Sean, and I know you want to be a podcaster. You want a successful podcast. You want to give your views and opinions, but you just don't know how to do it correctly. That's why you got to hit up ShawneeScott.com. You want to be on radio, and you want to know how to build your radio career. ShawneeScott.com. She's done all of this. I've worked alongside her for years, and I will tell you the information that she can give you is on a value level that I can't even put a price on it. All you have to do is go to ShawneeScott.com. Your future, right now. That's it. Michael Sean. Yeah.
We are back in full effect. My name is Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. You say, Rodney Perry, what is this show? What the hell are you doing every day? Well, I'm talking to my friends, okay? I'm talking to my damn friends. Kamal, the Secret Genius. He's our co-host for the day. Thank you for popping in, Kamal. Yes, this story is crazy. But let's get the homie, Jeff Brown, in the building. And the absolute nicest man I know. He's got one day till his nuptials.
No!
Okay.
And I will say this, nobody ever says anything good about marriage. Like, nobody ever says, you about to get married? Nigga, do that.
Yes.
Nobody ever says.
Yes.
All right, welcome to the show. Hollywood Hopgood, host 6.
Yes.
All right.
What is with
you are
these
muted.
God damn
You
it.
are muted. Hopgood has pulled out another hat.
I got to get my hat. Look, wait a minute.
Brad, look, I'm a Keith and James hat haver. I'm about to go. When I go, I'm going to get me 2 more this weekend.
Wow.
That hat is a monster, Hopgood.
Yeah, that little
Rodney got
little,
a couple in his stable.
What's the name?
That's Keith and James. They're a little pricey for me personally. I think they can do the same thing for less, but you know, it's a great hat though. It's a great hat, and the fake ones don't last as long.
No, they don't.
Well, you know, we always have somebody in our circle that I have one to my. Now I know they don't work, but look what I did with it. If you spray it with the protector, Like the Scotch Guard, it'll stiffen it up a little bit and give you a little bit more wear out of it. One of my
And
partners
there's a hat stiffener that you can get off Amazon that'll do the same thing as well. All right.
Oh wow, good Rodney. I needed that. Appreciate that.
Yeah. I'll see you the link. You're coaching a group of 13-year-olds. Jamal.
Okay.
Y'all getting y'all ass toe up. You can't take it no more. Brown went to the crates.
I got a hat. I just ain't got no earbuds. That's why I don't.
No, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah,
though, I like that.
Oh
That's
yeah, he
really
got a
nice.
cock too. Yeah.
That's Chi-Town. You know how to rock at H2.
Chicago, baby. Come on.
All right.
I got
You're
some
coaching
yellow
a group of
gators.
13-year-olds, gentlemen. Y'all getting y'all ass toe up by another group of 13-year-olds.
137-0.
Coach says, you know what? You come over here and sit by me. I'm gonna run to the locker room and throw on your shorts.
I'll be right back.
Sweating it off.
And goes on the court and proceeds to drop 50.
50.
He better be to drop 50.
That's
Don't
my
check
main
yourself
question.
in and still keep losing.
Did they win?
The
Did they
shaving
come back
cream
and win?
still dripping off his face.
Right?
The question is, did they win? I don't know.
That is the most.
But he did get fired. So he's a loser.
He should have.
They didn't win,
Yeah.
but they sure got in the club that night.
I would like to talk to each one of you at the press conference. This is coach's press conference.
Yeah.
Coach, man, great game tonight, man. You seem to the guys seem to, I mean, they were losing, but they did pick up some momentum.
Yeah, man. I had to send one of the players into the locker room and
Right.
had a little talk to him with him. And when he came back out, he was focused and he understood what needed to be done. And that's
Yeah. No. You definitely had to chat with him, and wow, he grew 2.5 inches over the halftime period. Well, how do you explain that?
I mean, God is good.
God
all
is
the
good.
time.
Hey, coach. Last thing, the kids' shorts seem really tiny, and
yeah, we got to have a talk with maintenance because when he did go back to the locker room, we threw those shorts in the dryer.
got it.
I think the settings on the dryer were just way too high, and they just drew the shorts up a little bit too much. So we're gonna have to figure that out.
Absolutely. I think we have another interview with the kid who was replaced. How are you, sir? What's your name?
Myron.
How you doing, Mr. Myron? Myron, man, at second half, you seem to be a different person, man. Talk to me about coming out with such vigor, bro.
What you trying to say, Rodney? What you trying to say?
No. I'm not trying to get in your business. I'm just asking the question.
Oh, you think it's conspiracy, right? That's what you think it is, right? You think we on them steroids, right? Or heroin or something, right?
No, I'm not trying to say none of that, bro. I'm just saying it's
I don't like y'all particularly like your tone, Rodney.
Right. You know what? You make a great point, man. And I don't want to.
I'm not a man. I'm 12 years old.
Well said. Well said. Thank you, Myron. And great point. Now,
You drink my strong coffee.
go ahead, Mr. Myron. Matter of fact, we're gonna let you go. Get out of here. All right, Myron is sticking to the. Hold on, we got a phone call.
We're going to talk about this when I get home. No, I don't give a damn what they putting in the paper, okay? These kids was out here. You should have seen what was going on. I got to do this press conference. Let me play this.
Hey, Coach.
Yeah.
Crazy game. I mean, your guys really played their hardest, even though they lost by 40 points. It could have been more had you not checked into the game.
Well, which is exactly why I did it, because I figured the mar on these children's psyche in the future was worth far less than me having to humiliate the other players on the team. I want you to notice the feet I stepped on, the elbows I threw.
You threw several elbows to children.
Sure. Them kids needed elbow in the mouth. Did you hear what they were saying?
What did they say?
Oh my God. What they were talking about, what they were going to do to my players' mothers after the game.
Wow.
Is that
wow.
necessary? That's
That
where I drew the
wasn't
line.
at all.
That's where I drew the line.
Coach. I mean, you got fired, man. But there's a HBCU coach, Albany State, that's looking for a top-notch scorer. Would you be taking that job?
I will ride the bench with the white boy and allow him to say the N-word whenever.
Wow. Well said. I don't think we can go any further. My name is Rodney Perry, and this is Rodney Perry Live. Who knows what's going to happen? All right. Y'all stupid, first of all.
We'll go.
Each and every one of y'all are ridiculous.
All
right. Here we
Get
go.
your hat, genius. You don't have a hat, a skull cap, something.
Oh, is that one? I got a hat. Hats don't really fit my head. I got a lot going on. You know, y'all got that.
It's true.
That level
You
terrain.
look better without the hat.
Y'all got that level terrain. I got mountainous peaks and valleys.
Yeah, he has hair. He has hair. That's.
Did y'all see this video of the little girl? They had to be like 7th or 8th grade, beat up the teacher. Well, she swung on the teacher. The teacher really, motherfucker, tossed her ass up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
who's wrong, the kid or the teacher?
The kid was.
Man, listen, I think
the kid was dead wrong.
Actually, really both.
We didn't see what kind of led up to the. I didn't see the teacher really do nothing out of line. She was trying to get the girl to leave.
He was trying to get her out of the classroom, defuse the whole thing. Jeff Brown, it is any teacher that put their hands on a student just wrong.
No, actually, the parent is.
You asking the wrong person.
The parent is.
Wow.
Okay, this is what I used to tell my kids. The same thing that well, I can't remember his name. He's a basketball player. It'll come to me. Fab Four Darts. Chris Webber.
Yes.
Same thing his father said. What is your last? Because my father said this. What is your last name? They say Brown. I said, no, it's not. That's my last name. Until you have your family, you out here on my last name. Don't put no dirt on my name. Going to school and getting into a fight with a teacher puts dirt on my name. And it says that I ain't teaching you nothing at home. So that's about the parent.
Wow. How good. Man, the little girl is out of control. It's definitely a fault of the parent. How do we fix this stuff going forward? Like, how do we keep this from being the commonplace?
Man, it's a culmination of a lot of things. You have younger parents in the parenting game right now that ain't like, Mama Perry and Esther Jean, my mama, respectfully. My mama stood 6'3". I wish I would have walked out of the house and acted stupid.
Wow.
She gonna come up there with the house shoes with the pointed toes and the furry bro and whoop me in front of everybody. She done it. I done got slapped in front of the whole school one time. And the principal felt bad for calling up there. Next day, you okay? Like, no, my life ain't right. You're causing problems in my house.
Right.
So these kids, these parents that are out there now don't know how. They're trying to be these kids' friends when they need to be whooping these kids. So it's a domino effect of what's going on, and they acting out at school because my mama ain't putting the foot
Hold
down.
Hold on, Hopgood. Secret Genius, come on.
Yes, sir.
You and I are fathers of upwards of 5+ children.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but I've changed my stance on corporal punishment. I'm not a fan of it. I think that we as parents have to figure out other ways other than beating the kid to get them to fucking behave. That's unacceptable to me. What's your thoughts?
I am on the same page as you with that. I definitely got whoopings growing up, and it worked. I was a good kid for the most part. But I think a lot of that has to do.
You would have been a good kid anyway, though.
That's probably true. That's probably true. I come from a good family, so there's no reason for me not to have been. But I have all girls, and so corporal punishment with girls to me is just a little bit different. Especially from a father. You don't want to program your girls to be accepting of violence upon them from
Agreed.
you know what I'm saying, from a man or any type of
Anybody,
figure. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to program them to be accepting of that. And so that's something I've always been super sensitive to and raising my girls. I don't know if I would be different if I had boys, but I feel like my parenting style, I'm able to communicate with my children on a certain level where they understand that what I say is important, and I haven't had any problems with them getting out of line of that. My oldest daughter is 25.
My children, my girls especially, that you add the sex component. My girls are much more. They don't want to disappoint dad.
Right.
I do have one son, and I found myself in the front yard choking this young man. And as I looked down at his face, I saw mine.
Right.
There you go.
And to me, I was like, I would never put my hands on you again. Jeff Brown, am I losing my mind? Do we need corporal punishment, or is it a kid by kid basis?
Well, that's yes. The answer to that is yes. It is a kid by kid basis, and we need corporal punishment. Number one, I did not get a lot of spankings because I got it. My brother now would take an ass whooping like Denzel Washington in Glory. He took him.
He looking back crying.
Right. He didn't care. He could take an ass whooping. Now, for me, like you said, with your daughters, you want to make sure that your heart is the last one they want to break. Which is I'm in the 5 club too. I have 4 boys, 1 girl. My daughter, I raised different than my sons. With my sons,
I was about to ask you that. Yeah,
I draw a line in the sand. If you cross this line, I'm gonna knock your damn head off. Now, the rule it's not about the spanking, and spankings are not corporal punishment, by the way. That corporal punishment is not.
That's not a good word. What would you call it?
Spanking is a spanking. Corporal punishment is bread and water. Corporal punishment is the rack. Corporal punishment is being stretched on a rack. That's not. Yes. To get a spanking from me, that's a long road. That's a road full of instruction. That's a road full of warning signs and bridge out signs. Look, if you do, here's a prime example. Rodney, I'm gonna do it as fast as I can. I told my youngest son, who's now 16, when he was 8, we had this talk. I had a 65 Thunderbird. I said, son, if you throw a baseball through my windshield, do you think
what made you say that? Like, out of all the random things to happen?
Because he was outside playing with a baseball.
Oh, there you go.
And I said, son, if you throw that baseball and hit my windshield and break it, do you think you're going to get a spanking? And he thought. And he said, no. I said, why? He said, because it's an accident. That's right. You're going to split with me the cost. It's going to come out of your allowance to fix it. Now, if I put 100 jelly beans on a table in a glass, and I leave the room and say, don't nobody touch these jelly beans, and I come back and it's 98 jelly beans, somebody finna get their ass whooped for 2 jelly beans because you have defied my word.
Now, if they the Starburst jelly beans, it's really gonna be a massacre. It's gonna be a crime scene everywhere.
Yeah. Now, nothing but my hand. I have never used. I say when your hand no longer works, you should not be spanking your children. You should not be using objects. I use the ass hand test. Is your ass tougher than my hand, and you're at a mathematical disadvantage because I got 2 hands. You ain't got but 1 ass.
Thank you, Jeff Brown.
For that interpretation.
Sure.
The child.
No. I mean, you really unpacked that in a really interesting way. But again, I think when you're dealing with more boys than girls, that you do have to be a little more physical with boys. And how about this? At some point with your boys, you're gonna go toe to toe.
Yeah. Well, I got a pass on that one because when they were young, they got to see a man slap one of my sons that was dating my wife, who was twice my size, and I beat him with a baseball bat in front of them. So they They figured it out. No, not him.
Daddy crazy.
Daddy is not playing. Daddy don't care that this dude is 6-something, 3-something. He don't. So right then they're like, yeah, let's leave this dude alone.
What you don't want to do is lose a fight in front of your kids or your girl.
It depends upon what the fight is about. Yeah, well, not your girl, but your kids, because your girl gonna bring it up in an argument. But I'll go get that nigga to whoop your ass the other night.
Oh, you wasn't that tough when he was whooping your.
You wasn't that tough. Yeah, your sons ain't gonna say that.
That's tough. That's tough.
Wow. All right. Hussein Bolt. Hit the news. He fired his longtime manager because of the discrepancy in the money.
Good job.
$12.7 million discrepancy.
Good job.
Dude, how about this? Now we all, in the game of this entertainment, I'm of the mindset if you're the only one buying the drinks, that is a problem.
How about it?
Not saying it's okay to steal, not saying it's ever okay to take from somebody to help you eat, but people inevitably will feel slighted if they can't take care of themselves. When constructing your own team, have you ever had to deal with like somebody that was a little too money driven? Hollywood.
Classic example. When I started my business 11 years ago, I'm gonna unpack this quick. There was a guy I looked up to that I went to and said, hey, we're gonna partner on this. You bring me the clients, I'm gonna do all the work and I'm gonna split the money with you. All you gotta do is bring me the clients. I'm gonna split the money, I'm gonna do all the legwork, everything. All you gotta do is talk. So what he did was he circumvented the system. And let's say, for instance, I'm charging somebody $2,000. Rodney gets $1,000, I get $1,000. He would give me $1,000, but he was charging them $6,000. He would keep $4,000 and give me $1,000.
Like, how did he think that you wouldn't catch on to that?
But yeah, first off, the intelligence in me wanted to beat the hell out of him because I'm smarter than that, right? So what happened was, how he got caught up was we had a mutual friend that had reached out to me for a consult, and I said, hey, it's going to be this much. And then they're like, well, okay.
Yeah, you must be having a sale, nigga. I've been paying $6,000.
Right. They said, well, I said it's going to be this much. So, okay, we'll reach back. And then he hits me and says, hey, I've got some people that's going to help us perpetuate the business. He gave me a list because he would give me 1 or 2 people here or there that I would do for free.
Let me ask you this, Hop. After looking back at the whole situation, were you charging enough?
What is enough? Enough
I'm saying,
enough is based upon your bills.
Let me unpack what I'm saying.
No, it's not.
You're splitting $2,000. He's charging $6,000. Does he get credit for valuing your ability triple?
No, because he's just doing. I see what you're saying. Should I have been charging more?
I mean, he's on record as a nefarious character.
You stealing for sure.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I love that word.
He's stealing for sure.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying. I see exactly what you're saying.
But he also is like, after you get rid of him, you got to start considering that $6,000 price point.
You're right. You're right. And I never even looked at it like that, Rodney. And that was like 8 years ago.
Yeah. Glass half full, glass half empty. Secret Genius, have you had opportunity to deal with folks like this, man?
Not on a partnership level. No, I haven't. I've been lucky enough to in selecting the people that I work with and have around me have had some. I
would venture to say you've had this though. Like, you know how to do a lot of things.
That is correct. I know.
And so people will take advantage of that sometimes, right?
For sure. People expect when people think that things are easy for you to do, it's much easier for them to ask you to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Money.
and they'll count your money quicker than you.
Right. Like they'll say, man, it ain't, you can do that in 10 minutes. I've seen, you know what I'm saying? If you are skilled and you present yourself as a skilled person and you have a variety of skills and things are easy, the easier it looks for you to do, the easier people find themselves asking you to do it for them.
Wow. Hey, y'all, it's Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. We come back at the top of the hour. Jeff Brown unpacks this whole scenario. I cannot wait. Also, shouts out to Flame Monroe, who's in the chat, fellow Chicagoan and all around great human being. Flame, the link is right there if you want to come in. Flame is in the building. Longtime friend of Jeff Brown, longtime friend of Rodney Perry.
Absolutely.
We're going to take a break when we come back at the top of the hour. Oh, my God. This show is actually pretty good.
Get ready for America's #1 funny man. What? Hey. Make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, from LA to New York, Chicago to Mississippi, let's give it up for America's #1 funny man, Rodney
We are back in full effect. My name is Rodney Perry. You're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live, and a rousing discussion today. We've talked about everything from Tom Brady's need to get his ass somewhere and take several seats. One thing we didn't discuss, and I wanted to, and the show has taken an incredible turn, so it's a good time to have this chat. Master P was in the public atmosphere over the last few months with him and his son. Romeo and Master P were having a public tiff, if you will, and you're muted, Jeff. And they have since put that thing to bed. Romeo felt like Master P was representing one thing, while at the same time his brothers and sisters were struggling. But how about this? I'm rich, you ain't. Your ass is not rich. I'm rich. Do you treat your kids like that? I wonder. Before we move on to that, though, Jeff Brown, what's your thoughts, man? You're on mute right now.
Let me unmute myself. How about that? Okay. Yeah, go ahead now. What are my thoughts on
the whole conversation that we were talking about before we went to break, in terms of our children, how we deal with them, how we discipline them. What does the history of it all say? I mean, I'll preface what I'm talking about with this, Jeff. I feel the spanking is a direct connection to what our slave masters did to us. Am I losing my mind?
No, I think what you're doing is kind of blurring context.
Okay.
Spankings did not start, or beatings, spankings did not start or end with our slave master. Again, like the N-word that we discussed earlier, which I hate saying that phrase, it is yet another thing that has been bastardized. Everything that the European white man touches gets bastardized and taken out of context. There is a great way. I'm going to Chicago actually this weekend, and I know where to visit the brothers who did get spankings and those who didn't, that I grew up with. The ones who didn't are in jail, dead, or strung out on their mama couch.
Wow.
The ones who did, I don't have to pay for when we go out to eat. It's very, very, it's
that clean.
It really is cut that clean. And for me, I filtered out what I felt was bad about whoopings. I don't use extension cords, switches. I'm not waking you up in the middle of the night. I'm not putting you in no bathtub, no kamikaze ass whooping out of nowhere. A spanking to get a
Women added all those wrinkles in my family.
Yeah, of course they did. Of course they did, because they needed to have an edge on your masculinity. They needed to have an edge on your manhood. And that's every day that crumbles like sand through their fingers until the point that you're looking at a boy that does not respect your word and does not respect your approach. That's not to get a spanking from me, bro. You got to work hard for that. There's a lot that's like an F. I tell my children, in order to get an F, you got to work hard in this house.
Wow.
You got to lie. You got to get smarter than, you got to get between my direct connection with your teacher. You have to not study. There's a lot of things.
There's a lot you got to do.
It's a lot you got to do to get an F in my house. A lot you got to do to get a spanking. I'm not going to just, first off, if I'm really upset with you, I'm going to walk. I gotta breathe first. And if I'm still upset with you, then you're going to hold books until the words fall off.
Not right there. Not right there. That's some old school shit. I remember. Let me tell you something. I still don't like books.
Oh my God. My father used to make it.
My teacher would give us little bitty ass books.
There you go, baby.
You hold that motherfucker 12 minutes.
What did my daddy used to say? I can't make you do what I
me when I was pledging. Allegedly.
My daddy used to say this. I can't make you do what I say, but I can sure as hell make you wish you had it.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's a bar.
Boy, that's stinking, ain't it?
Now that brings up another school of thought, guys. It's all men on the panel today. Are men with fathers different than men without fathers?
Absolutely.
Come on, what's your thoughts?
I mean, yes. I think that's.
Does it matter if that's a biological father?
No. I don't think so. I think it matters on the strength of the bond in the relationship between that man and that boy, because there are because I have stepchildren that I don't call them that, and you know what I'm saying?
They're my children. They're my children.
They're your children because you take the steps.
Correct.
Oh,
so I think it's dependent upon that, because I've seen some men step in as fathers and completely mismanage that situation and not have a good relationship with those children for whatever reason, and it's it never really gets better. And I've seen the opposite of that, where you would never know unless somebody told you.
Right. I grew up in a home. I felt like I was a part of a single parent home, but the reality is that I always had stepfather. My brothers and sisters, their father was integral in raising me, but he also beat the shit out of my mama. Right. So I learned certain things from him. He was a great provider. He made sure we had things, but I don't put my hands on women because of watching him. You know, that's Sherelle Evans. Also, then you got Charlie Coleman, who was my baby brother's father. I never saw him put hands on my mother, but he was a type of nigga. Charlie Coleman, if you left a mop bucket at the Piggly Wiggly, he was gonna lay down next to it. Like, y'all should have left this mop down here. Where's my money? Go get the lawyer. Somebody need to settle today.
That's what you meant. Okay.
Was he getting settlements?
Yes. If I'm in Walmart today and I see a mop bucket, I'm gonna take the little notification, fold that up, throw that away over there, and I'm gonna lay down next to the bucket. Cause of Charlie Coleman.
Get settlement. You know, we'll get a settlement.
We're trying to get it. So I did learn some integral skills from these men, even though they weren't the greatest of men.
Correct.
Hopgood, what's your thoughts, man? You're a father.
Well, father-ish. This is how I look at it. I was blessed because of my dad dying as young as he did.
Oh wow.
My dad died at 49.
How is that a blessing? How was that a blessing?
I think he's getting to that.
Because I had
Definitely.
because God put men in my life in intricate parts of my life to perpetuate me where I am today. Like there's a fork in the road. He placed a guy in my life to keep me from going that wrong way.
Now, was that a family member or was that? Why did you trust that guy?
It was not a family member because if I followed my family members, I'd be in the penitentiary.
Wow.
But it was a teacher that took me in my senior year. That I got my father was an entrepreneur. He got $70. He got Social Security, so I had to live on $70 a month as a high school. So my teacher took $50 of that 70, fed and clothed me for my whole senior year, and then gave it back to me.
Wow.
So he came and got me. So he took me through high school. So when I got out of high school, I ain't got no skills. I'm at the dope house bagging dope. Another teacher came and got me out the dope house and enrolled me in college because of my ACT score.
What was it about those men and y'all relationship? Why you? Why would they help you?
Each and every one of them said because they saw that I was intelligent and I could do better things.
Wow.
So if it wasn't for Christopher Cudjoe and Ronald P. Walker and Jimmy Washington, who I'm still close with to this day, y'all wouldn't know Charles Hopkins. All the wonderful things that you tell me that I say, it is emanating off the light of what they put in my life. Because my life was dark.
Come on.
Wow, Shade, man, you're nothing but a bright light on this show. Thank you, Mr. Hopgood, for sharing. Jeff Brown.
Okay, first off, God bless you, Candy Kisses. But we all got praying grandmothers. It's praying grandmothers to brothers on death row. We not gonna do that. Number two, I grew up again. I had two stepfathers. I had one that beat my mama till candy fell out, and then I had the next one that came along was cool with my natural father. So between all these men, excuse me, I had 13 uncles, not counting my grandfather. So I had a lot of masculinity poured into me and a lot of cautionary tales, a lot of don't do that, a lot of, I grew up on 60th and Damon around pimps and hustlers and bus drivers and lawyers. So there was a gamut of black men. But when my stepfather married my mother and we moved to Maywood back when Maywood was good.
Baby, Maywood used to be nice.
Maywood used to be the bomb in 1981. He said, now that you're moving into my house, some things are going to change. You can disrespect your mama. You can smoke dope in here. You can smoke cigarettes in here. You can sneak little girls in here. You can steal my car. But if you do any of that, you will feel the full weight of my wrath. And quite frankly, I don't think you can handle it. He used to tell me stuff like this. Yo, Pops, I want to go to this party. And he said, all right, well, just be back here by 10:30. I said, well, I kind of wanted to stay till 11. He said, well, then stay till 11. I told you to be back here at 10:30. Do what you want to do. Stuff like that. He's
planning. I'll be back at 9:15.
Bruh. Because he was like, look, maybe that little girl you want to talk to is worth what I'm going to put on you. It might be worth it to you. Yeah, I'll say this. I'll get out the way. One time this dude got shot. This was when Maywood started to get bad at this party. And my mother was like, baby, I don't know if you should be going like this. I said, Mama, he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. My father took the Chicago Defender down and looked at me and said, there is no right time to be in the wrong place, and went back to reading. So I had these seeds planted that a lot of brothers didn't get. And that was by design. All of us have defeated the design that was made for us.
Wow, how about that? Growing up on the south side of Chicago, and Kamal, I'm going to ask you to unpack this, because you're a Georgia boy, am I right?
Correct, Atlanta.
So growing up, how did you escape the gangs, Jeff Brown?
Whoa, I was no self-respecting gang would take an asthmatic genius anyway. They didn't. What was I gonna do? They books. They don't. Because purse snatchings are down this quarter. UGDs has got to get the shit together. So they wasn't going. My nickname was School Books. They used to call me School Books. When something was gonna go down, they would say, School Books, get your ass in the house. Wow. Because they could see the same light that Hops people saw. Wow. So nobody was going, they were like, ain't nobody, Howard, that's my first name. Howard ain't, he like math. I used to say this to gangbangers at 13 years old. Let me get this straight. Y'all out here fighting each other over real estate that none of you own. I was saying this in the 70s.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's how. Nobody was taking
Victor Marshall, a.k.a. Lindblom graduate, my father, God bless him, was on the front of the Chicago Defender after being beat by the Chicago police.
Damn.
Wow. So man, the stuff we go through. One of the things I love about living here in Atlanta, Georgia, is the proximity to dope black folks and the proximity to history as we know it here in America. Did you feel that, Kamal, growing up here in Georgia?
Absolutely. I think growing up in Atlanta and even living in Atlanta, I have been spoiled by my proximity to black excellence. Because when I go other places and when I meet people from other places, it's not something that they're used to. Seeing black people live successful lives, but that's what I grew up in and around. You know, my father is an attorney, was a judge in the city of Atlanta, Fulton County for a little while. So I had a pretty privileged childhood, I guess you could say. But because my father is a criminal defense attorney, and was always so close to the street, if you will, just by the nature of his business, like his main focus was not letting his sons fall victim. As me and I have an older brother, was not letting us fall victim and not letting us get involved in the street. So we were always in sports. We were always in
your daddy's gang.
Private schools. Say again now.
You was in your daddy's gang.
For sure. Yeah. We, and like you said earlier about your last name, that was something that was bred into me as well. When you leave this house, you represent me. Like people see me when you leave this house. And for me, that it meant something so much more because my father was a business owner. You know what I'm saying? He always had his own firm. Ever since I was a child, he always had his own firm, the secret firm, even to this day. And so, like, it was important for me, for his business, you know what I'm saying, and for the livelihood of our family, for his children to represent a certain standard, and we all lived up to that.
Wow, very, very dope, man. Thank you for unpacking that for us, Kamal. How about this, guys? And I'm thinking this as I'm listening to Kamal. Your dad is a litigator. Does he expect you or your brother to go down that path? You know what I mean? Like when you start showing these glimmers of comedy, and Jeff Brown, I'll put this on your plate too. You start showing this comedy, are your parents like, what the fuck? Man, are you crazy? Little smart ass boy?
No, because my parents were always fostered whatever abilities we had. We were all very talented kids. My brother is a writer. My little sister is the one that actually went to law school. She went to Emory Law School, graduated. She practiced for a while and then decided to go into teaching. She was a professor at Georgia State Law School for a few years.
Get out.
And then decided to just raise her kids and not work anymore. So that's what she's doing now.
Wow.
But what I forgot what I was even talking about.
We're talking about like was comedy far-fetched?
Oh no, oh yeah, and so no, they always fostered some form of creativity within us, and were very supportive of whatever that was, because my father actually wanted to be a writer.
Really?
But it wasn't something that was lucrative at that time. So he went to law school.
Yeah, he had people to take care of.
You know what I'm saying? So he had some writings that were published very early. So when my brother decided to be a writer and started getting accolades and winning awards and stuff, it instilled pride in him, because he saw him doing something that he wasn't able to do. So yeah, my parents have been extremely supportive of me doing comedy. I mean, more so than you would expect. But
wow, Jeff Brown, man. I mean, like I always say when I bring you on, man, I can remember being a young comic, meeting a Jeff Brown, and I mean, being a student of the game, I knew who you were, knew what you were about. Talk to me about the people that supported you at the outset of your career.
Well, from a family standpoint, and I think this is a very common narrative. I was raised 2 generations from chattel slavery. My great grandmother's mother was a slave.
Wow.
So do something to support yourself was an accomplishment. So it wasn't that I got pushback for being a comedian as much as I did from my first wife's family. Wait a minute. You got a job at McDonnell Douglas. I was an avionics technician in the Marines. So I got out on a Friday. That Monday, I was making $17, which in 6 months went to $1987 an hour, working, doing the same thing I was doing in the Marine Corps. And they was like, wait a minute, you got a job with benefits? And you finna do what? You finna tell these jokes?
Right.
But I knew I was bit by the bug, brother. I knew this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I didn't get the push from them as much as I did later on. God bless the dead. My grandmother was the one that said, baby, whatever you want to do, as long as you're honest about it and you tell the truth, God will be with you. So I kind of got it from her, but there was no push, Jeff, go to college. There was no push for, they just knew, and as much as a black family could in the 70s, which is why I'm so arrogant today, I was treated as a prince. As much as they could, I was treated like royalty. It was growing up in the ghetto, if that answers the question.
Absolutely. Mr. Hopgood, talk to me about this, bro, because how do you quantify success? Like, I was reading a thing the other day on the social media, and it said you have to give yourself permission to be successful. So how do you quantify success in your mind?
You muted.
You muted, Hop.
Success to me now, at first I thought it was the accolades, the fruits. But now, and this is me just being a billion % transparent, because as you get older, things become less and less important. So as a 53-year-old man, I label success being able to pull something out of the spirit of my being and perpetuates the lives of others. That's being successful.
Wow.
To me. Because I've got it all. Money's a conversation. Money does not elude me. Money does not elude anybody on this panel. We can come up with an idea, Rodney. I'll text you in the middle of the night. We can come up with an idea that can pay the bills. That's nothing anymore. When you transform from that part of life to be like, what if I could make someone feel better about their situation, or show them the genius in themselves so that they can feed themselves and perpetuate their life? That's success for me.
Wow.
Because I know how to get money.
Yeah. Money is a byproduct of being you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, money is money. I've learned that, you know, and even like I was explaining to my daughter that my wife and I have fundamental differences on money. Like my wife is a saver. A rainy day, it's gonna rain someday, and we want to be ready for that rain. I'm of the ilk that even if it rains, we always ready.
Yeah.
We just always ready. We got favor. So I'm not tripping off the rainy day. I'm gonna take my coat off and run through the rain because we need the water. Right. But I read a book one day. The book, I'm sure, Jeff, you may be familiar. It's a book, small, easy read. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon.
Yes.
In the story, the king notices all of his subjects are poor except one guy. He said, man, come meet with me. I need to hear the story of why your ass is rich. He said, well, king, man, I live by a few tenets. I pay my God, I pay myself, and I pay my God and I pay my bills. Right? He said those things, and that was his tenets he lived by. But he didn't just pay himself. At the end of the year, he would take the money he had paid himself and reinvest it. He looked at his money as children, and that those children would have more children if he could find something to invest. The first thing he did, he's in the barbershop, and he overhears some people talking, and he invests in that thing. Well, he didn't know a lot about it, so he learned a valuable lesson. He lost all his money that time. He learned that he should make sound investments. Lesson. And then the next thing he learned, he did the whole thing another year, paid his God, paid himself, paid his bills. At the end of the next year, he took the money that he had paid himself and he invested it. This time, a more sound investment. This time, his money yielded money, right? I read this book, Jeff Brown, and I'm excited. I'm on a plane. I read this little book, easy read. I go back home. I say, baby, I got it. We're going to do this. She said, Rodney, that's saving. Is it?
No.
Fundamentally, it's really close, but it's not.
It is not.
The idea of taking the money at the end of the year and reinvesting it is a different idea.
Yes.
And so, but that goes to show you that sometimes men think one thing.
One is to win, the other is to not lose.
The cup is either half full or half empty. So my final question as we get ready to wrap the show for today is, as a leader of a family, have you had to be a man? I'm when you say that.
When you say be a man,
whatever that is for you.
We all have had to make those
Absolutely.
Decisions. Absolutely. You know, especially, because everybody's definition of a man is different. I think I can be comfortable as saying everybody on this panel understands where you're coming from at this point, being fathers or being people that are looked at in their circle. We always got to be a man.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, situation and God picks who men are. Because we got partners that ain't shit. Let's keep it a buck. We got partners that ain't shit. Right? When you were born, God said that's gonna be a man.
Wow.
That's his place. He is a congregator and a bring together of masses. You didn't see it. That's what makes life, and if you pay attention to it, so grand. And once you understand your purpose, you walk and you accept the road in that purpose. Because it's not going to always be pretty. And it take a man to be able to walk that.
Appreciate it. Jeff Brown, give me 30 seconds, brother.
Okay, 30 seconds. Number one, got to disagree with you because Hopgood said it best. You said money is just about being who you are. Well, what if you ain't shit? That's a bunch of people who are who they are and they're broke. I say that money is just a measure of intelligent decision over a protracted period of time in a straight line. If you do something smart for long enough, you're gonna fall bass backwards over into money. As far as
Boy.
being a man, uh, um, to co-sign what Hop says is I don't have a choice. What kind of man are you? This is why when women say you ain't no man, stop letting men who are shitty at it off the hook. You are a
Boy.
man. The definition of man is beat death to 18. What kind of man are you? Are you a responsible man? Are you an accountable man? Are you a wise man? Oh, you a man. You in the race, nigga. You just last. Collect your feces.
Yeah, you see.
Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host for the day, the Secret Genius. Secret Genius, man. Man, so many great moments we had today. Give me 30 seconds and bring it all home, bro.
Man, no, this was an absolutely great conversation. To end it on the question of manhood. Absolutely, I have had. I think that you make that choice when you become the leader of a family. You make that choice very early on. If you're gonna carry this load or not, because I know I remember thinking way before I ever had a family, way before I ever had kids. If I ever had kids, like I'd never leave. Like I don't understand why anybody would ever leave their kids. But after I had kids, even though I never made that decision, I understood. I was like, oh, this is why they leave. Like this is. Oh, I
don't
see.
judge a man. I don't judge no guy that leaves.
I can perfectly see how a man can end up not taking care of his kids. I'm not going to be that man, but I can see the path that gets a man to making those decisions. But I knew very early on in having children and deciding to lead a family that I was going to be a leader. And when we talk about what success is, when I look at success, I look at my example of success is my father, and not monetarily, not anything like that. Is when somebody meets me that knows my father, they gonna look out for me.
Wow.
Always.
Wow.
That's real.
That to me is success, is that when my children meet somebody that knows me, just off the strength of them being my child, they gonna look out for me.
Their life is gonna be better.
Because they know the caliber of man that I am. And that's what I classify success as.
Wow, very powerful. Thank you. Hey, y'all. My name is Rodney Perry. We're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. That is our show. Jeff Brown, how do we stay in touch?
This afternoon, you can come and check out Giraffe Balls, where I'm going to get high as giraffe balls and discuss whatever you like.
Now, are you not that high now?
I'm either high or asleep.
And sometimes both.
And sometimes both, if I did it right before I slumber. Sundays, same thing, YouTube, noon, First Church of Holy Shit. This is where I like to say that I saved 10% on my soul insurance by switching to Don't Go. And we talk about God without a name, because in order for God to have a name, you have to believe a man. You don't have to believe a man to believe that God exists.
Well said, Jeff Brown. Where exactly is your YouTube page?
GEOFF space TEEVEE. Jeff TV.
Jeff TV. That's easy to find. Hopgood, how do we stay in touch?
Hollywood Hop _06. Charles Hopgood on Facebook.
Hey, you're literally getting married in one day. How are you?
Congratulations.
Man, I'm thankful. I'm a culmination of a lot of things. I'm sitting there thinking of the failures and the trials, tribulation, trials of life, and getting to where I'm at. And I prayed and I asked God to send me somebody. I prayed. The hardest thing to do when you're getting ready to do something is having remnants of where you messed up at, and the stuff that you thought was real that wasn't. And I look back on my life. The last few days, I've really been, just reflecting. And I can honestly say that I'm ready for it. I welcome it, and I'm thankful.
Yo, thank you so much, Mr. Hopgood. Appreciate you. Kamal, the secret genius. Dude, I sat and watched you the other night, and I was like, oh my God, it's about to be over. Like, and you've always been a funny dude, but your command of the stage has you like shifted into another gear. Do you feel that? And of course, give us your socials and everything as well.
Yes, I do feel it, and it's come from staying on stage, man, and that's what I was told early on, that if you want to get good, the only way to do it is to the only place you can get better is on stage. And
yes, sir.
I have stayed on stage, and I have grinded myself into the position that I am, and I plan on being better than I am tomorrow. So,
my man, how do we stay in touch, bro?
The Secret Genius on everything. Of course, the podcast, More Than Culture. Culture spelled CULTR. We release every Thursday. We're coming up on our 5-year anniversary this year. Haven't missed a week in 5 years. So
I love that.
Appreciate the support.
Blessings.
The support from the fans allows us to.
Who y'all got this week?
We have Philip Hudson.
Okay, I'm a fan of those guys.
The young guy that does a lot of internet stuff.
I like Philip.
Yeah, he's a.
I'm gonna be coming back over there real soon, man. I'm a fan.
Yeah, you got to get you back on, man. Got to get you back on.
All right, y'all. That's the show for today. My name is Rodney Perry. You tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. Rodney Perry Live on all social media, but that's also the name of the show. Gospel Heifer, Shan, I see you, Trina. Ladies, today you got the chance to sit quietly and watch a group of men talk. I love it.
It's an important word.
Yeah. We got to go for Jeff.
Yeah. Before I make it bad, before I screw it up. Don't let me screw it up. I'll screw it up, Rodney. I love you, but I'll screw this up.
No, you won't. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, that's our show for today. My name is Rodney Perry. To the moment.
Get ready for America's #1 funny man. What? Hey. Make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, from LA to New York, Chicago to Mississippi, let's give it up for America's #1 funny man, Rodney